Real peoples, real places, real answers. Brought to you by Get Involved in Your Community. Get involved in your community. I just want to make sure you get involved, because it's time for us to get involved. We see what's going on around us, and sometimes it's going on in our home, and sometimes we got to speak up, and sometimes, everything starts at home, and so we have a job to do. Don't we gonna lose our kids? And most of you all know what I'm talking about. Today, everybody want to do their thing. And I said this, if you have kids, talk to your kids. Talk to your kids. The question I'm going to ask you, do you love your kids? Do you love yourself? Not so much loving your kids, do you love yourself? There's no way you can love someone else when you don't love yourself. There's no way you can love your kids when you don't love yourself. That's when you say get involved in your community. This is a community. And if we don't start to do it to help our kids to understand what it takes to make it today, and not like it was before. Number one, teach your kids discipline. Discipline don't start in the school. Discipline start at home. When you send your kids to school, you should have a lesson with them before they get there. And let them know, even if they don't know the route, to follow the route. To follow the route. And sometimes it's hard for you to teach them to go to school to follow the rule when they don't follow at home. You think. We can't send our kids to school to expect the school to do what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to. You the parents. You brought them in this world. You just going to bring them in this world and just leave them out there like that? And so school your kids what they're supposed to do when the teacher talk to them. Look at the teacher when they talk to her, when they talk to you. And you got to give them these strategies what they can use in school. And you can talk to them and talk to them at home. And if you start raising them at home, have school at home. Have them to sit. When you're talking to your kids and every time you say something, they say something, do you let them do that at home? What you think if you let them talk when you talking at home, they're going to do the same thing in school. You got to make them understand. Only one person should talk at a time. When 2 or 3 people talking, no one hear everything. And so this is the reason you have a job to do. Every day you have a job to do when your kids get home. What are your homework? What do you do in English? What do you do in math? What was for dinner today? What for this? This and that. You have to have a conversation with your children. If you have a conversation with your kids and know what's going on, knowing who they with today, did they go to class today? Did you go to class every time? What happened in English? What happened in math? And you got to question them. Then have them to come in to tell you what happened. Not that. You don't have to ask them. But if you don't do that, and you're raising them, is they going to be able to get a job? You see, everybody want their kid to do good. They want them to be, have everything, do everything. But if you don't do that, they won't make it out here today. Just look at today what's really going on. So many kids on drugs today, they can't even get jobs. It's so many kids, they have to go to summer school. If you go to summer school, you can't get a job. They got jobs waiting on you. I guarantee you, if you have about a C average or B average, you can get a job. They got a job waiting on you for the summer. But if you don't go to school and you go and you get ready, then you go out there and cuss the teacher out, do what you want to do, and you don't say nothing to your kid. Do you love your kid? You mean to tell me you love your kid and you don't talk to your kid every day, and when they're wrong, you don't straighten them? And start at home. When you talk, do they talk over you? They do the same thing. They do it at school. Why they don't do it at home? See, 9 out of 10, if they do it at school, they're mostly doing it at home. And you got to tighten up. Do you say you love them? Do you love yourself? You mean to tell me you want to bring a kid up in this world and you don't want them to have a job to work? The only thing you getting them ready to do is to be obedient and learn and get a job where they can take care of themselves. Because they hang around with their so-called buddies and their friends. They get out of school, should be home at 3 o'clock, walking in at 7, 8 o'clock at night, 9 and 10 o'clock at night. Is those your kid coming home? They think. It's time to wake up. And we expect the police to take all this. We expect everybody else to take care of our kids. And we can't take, why you want to bring them in the world if you're not going to take care of them? I know having sex is good and everything. Having sex and bringing kids in the world and just throwing them out there into the world, let them eat them up. And you know these girls 12, 13 years old, these boys on drugs, the games and everything. Then they go to hang around showing the game. What you think will happen to the game? Do you know anything about the game? You should learn what's going on in the games. And you say you love your child. You mean you love your child, you ain't talked to her today, what happened in school? You haven't did that? She come home late, go by everybody else's house, and don't come home? And you allow that to come on your house? Do it make sense? It don't make sense. Then we get upset when someone says something. You see the same thing. You know, here I am. Yeah, I work part-time in school, volunteer, and help trying to get kids to go to class and everything. But when I'm there to help their kids. Even whenever I see a kid, I don't walk up to a kid, hey, you ain't in class, why you like this? I say, hey, young man, young lady, so why you not in class? I see you all the time out here. So don't you know you got to go to class to make it, girl? You can't make it out here now. Come on now. You know that. Come on, huh? You got to do it right. If you don't, you're going to miss the boat. Just think. You need some help. I help you with what you need. I mean, I see y'all two all day together. Why y'all not in the classroom? I don't go, hey, you. See, it's the way you talk to them. And I don't have no problem with them. But most time when they see me coming, even they have to go to class. You know the reason? Because I treat them fair. I don't go up hollering at them. Because I know they got it. But all you got to do is bring it out. Parents, do you love your kids? You got to ask the question, do you love your kids? Huh? Do you want to be on social service the rest of their life? Do you really want that? Do you know they're going to cut you off? I'm telling you that. Because it coming a time, if you on drugs, they going to cut that check off because they shouldn't give you no money and you on drugs and everything. The thing. You ain't seen nothing yet. You will not be getting that money now. There's a lot of things going down. You better wake up. And teach your kids this. Well, I don't want to get, what you mean you don't want to get up? Don't you say that word in this house, you don't want to get up. You're going to school every day. I don't care if you're sick or not. You're going to school. You should let them know that because the reason that, because they'll play sick. Have you ever played sick? Just think. You played on your parents, didn't you? Your kids are playing. Don't get me wrong. When they got a fever and they're hot, yes, you don't tell them to school, but you ain't got a fever, you going to school. And you're going to stay there, and when you get off that bus, you're going to be home. And you ain't going over to Joe's house, you ain't going to Sue's house, you're going to come home. And that's it. I brought you into this world, and you mean to tell me you don't want to get up? Who wants to get up in the morning? Nobody want to get up in the morning. But it's something you got to do to make it in this society. If you don't get up in this morning, I guarantee you won't have a job. How you going to live? You want someone to take care of you? Do you? Do you really want someone to take care of you? Do you know how you feel when someone taking care of you? You owe them everything. You got more pride than that. I don't want nobody to give me nothing when I can work and get it myself. And do you know, I'm going to tell you something. That's the reason I can stand and say the things I am today. I ain't never want nobody to give me nothing. Don't give me nothing. Don't give me nothing I can get myself. I don't want it. You see that attitude? Could you say that? Are you begging? Why are you begging? Here you is, 17, 18 years old. You got to go to summer school. Still doing what you're supposed to do in school. When you're in school, you're in the hallway. You over to your bird in the house. You're on the phone. You're not taking care of your business. How you expect to graduate? And then you get angry with the teacher. The teacher can't teach. You can't listen. You can't follow rules. And you always putting it on someone else. Remember, get involved in your community. Get involved in your home. That's where you need to start. Because these kids not making it. You know it. Your kids failing and going to school every day. Going to school and they disrupting the classroom still sitting there learning. And you let them get away with it. Do you ever talk to your kid when they come? So what happened today in English? What happened today in math? What time do you get there? Were you late going to class? You know they're sending it on a report card. When you get that report card, do you go over that report card and see what's on that report card? You mean to tell me you this your kid and you brought this kid in this world and you love this kid and you don't care what he do in school? Oh, I know you don't do that. I know you're a better mom than that. If you're not a better mom, start doing that. See, remember in life now, regardless to how you take this, if you don't treat your kids right, isn't things gonna come. You better believe that. What goes around comes around. Learn to do the right thing. Let them know. Now, I don't feel like going to work every day. I go to work. I don't feel like feeding you, but I feed you. But you see what I'm trying to say? This what you got to do is take charge of your life, your home. It's real peoples, real places, real answers. And just what it's all about. It's like downtown. You know, to the bus. They got a beautiful place built downtown, and you let these kids go down there and destroy the place downtown, and they can't go down there and go where they want to go. Your kids, you letting your kids be downtown, and they should be in school. Getting off downtown, going everywhere except going home. And you say you the mother. That's not the mother. And that's not the father. He's doing that. So we got to get a hold on what we doing. We can't let our kids just mess up everything. When they mess up, they going to mess up. Who going to take care of them? Are you going to take care of them? Think. Let your kids know. Explain to them why they should go to school, why they should do that. Don't just tell them. Just talk to them why. Then let them give you an answer. Then find out who are their friends. I guarantee if their friends ain't doing nothing, they not doing nothing. Then the same way if you have friends, if they ain't doing nothing and y'all hanging out all the time, ain't nobody doing nothing. And so it's time to help your kids. Those kids have a life. Help them kids to make it. You brought them in this world. You dads, you have kids all over the city and don't even do nothing. Thought you a man. How you a man, you ain't taking care of your kids? How you a woman and you ain't taking care of your kids? Is that a woman? Is that a man? I don't know. We need help. All right, get some help. But stop blaming everybody else, blaming yourself, still the same thing. Now, you know your kids have attitude. Don't you check them? I know my kids had attitude. I know about my kids. You know about yours. But the question is, what are you doing about it? You mean to tell me you let them do it at home? You think if they don't do it at home, they're not going to do it out there? If they mistreat someone at home, you think they're not going to. If they mistreat you, you know they're going to mistreat the next person. If they don't listen to you, my kids, I tell you, my kids, when I was in them school, no. None of that stuff. Hey, I'm like that. Because I want my kids to do good. I want my kids to have good jobs. I want them to have common sense. And you have to teach them that. Stop looking at the worst. Look at the best. Hear a kid going to school every day and failing. Got all the excuses. coming to school at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I know that's not your kid. I know you look at the report card. And you mean to tell me you see it's on his report card or her report card and you don't do nothing about it? Is that a parent? It's time to wake up. Real people, real places, real answers. Brought to you by Get Involved in Your Community. And we're going to have a lot of things going on in the city. We're going to go in different neighborhoods. And we're going to have meetings in the different neighborhoods. And we're getting an RV now. We're getting it. I can just put it like this. We got it on order. So we're going to come in different parts of the city. And then we're going to motivate you to do what you're supposed to do. And it ain't going to cost you no money. It's going to cost you some doing and wake up. Because we can't afford to let our kids go down this way. The drug men have them. Don't you know your kids bring stuff home and know they ain't got no money? Where do you think they get it from? Just think about that. You know your kids bring things home and you know you didn't give them the money to get it. Why should you let them bring it home? Why? You see how kids are getting shot. You know what's going on. You play like you don't. But the graveyard sure get them. And you know that. Why? Why take charge of your home? You brought them kids into this world. Your job to teach them. Yes, I know you make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. But it's time now to clean them up. Because we ain't getting nowhere like we're going now. Our kids sit in the classroom. They don't pay attention. They want to get in there and talk. They want to talk to their friends. Walking in school at 9 o'clock and done missed 2 classes. And it's okay. It's not okay. And everybody trying to work with your kids. But you, the teacher can't teach and all this stuff. It's not the teacher. Sometimes it could be the teacher. I won't say nothing. But the same thing, how would you like to teach someone when they disrespect you? Can you? Would you? Would you? Like you ask someone, you going to help someone, and they say, no, they don't need no help, and they're going to do it themselves. What would you do? Would you walk away? Huh? Just think. Teach your kids every day. Ask them what happened. Have that teacher on, give them your cell number. When they act out, you call. Just tell her to call you. If she call you, what would you do? Would you do anything? You should have a relationship with the teacher. If you don't have a relationship with the teacher, there's something wrong with you too. Because I've been there. I done did everything like that. Yes, I went to school. When I went to school, I couldn't read. I couldn't read. But you know something? But I couldn't read. But I learned. The one thing I could do, I could listen. I never did read nothing in class. Every time when I get up to read, I go, but the teacher said, never mind. And sometimes I think I did that for excuse. But do you know something? I'm 75 years old. I'm still paying for it. Still trying to read. But I just had an excuse. I couldn't talk. And then I really couldn't talk. But you know one thing I did? But I listened. And do you know what happened? The reason why I'm here today, because I listened. You ain't going to be good on everything, but what you good on, you should be. And see, that's what life is all about. Life don't give you anything. You have to get it. Then you have to do the right thing to get it. Don't think you can go out here and treat everybody wrong and make it. If you treat everybody wrong, someone's going to treat you wrong, brother. You come out here going to stick it to people, somebody's going to stick it to you. If you don't take care of your kids, you already done stuck it to yourself if you don't get straight. You know you're wrong. Leaving home, your kids, you know your kids there. You out somewhere party and your kids home. You somewhere and the kid over there across town somewhere and they should be home. And you don't even do nothing about it. And you say you love your kids. Stop lying. Anything you love, you'll care for it. And you'll do things for it. You'll go out the way for it, for the right thing. And that's what life is all about. Life give you what you give it. If you treat your kids wrong, don't treat them right, I guarantee you ain't gonna make it in this world with love now. You can make it with other way, but that's not love. Get a hold to yourself. What you doing to yourself? You're letting your kids run wild. They don't know how to say good morning. They don't know how to treat people. You ain't taught them, and that's your job to teach them. Why you want to bring something in the world you don't care about? Get a hold to yourself. It's time to stop playing games. This joke gonna be on you. You get what you send out. You can do better than what you do. Do you sit down and talk to them and they say, what you had today in English? And well, why you, what do you have in math? Do you sit down and talk to them? Do you sit down and talk to who is their friend? Do you sit down and talk to them? Have you skipped school? And when you get ready to see that report card, you shouldn't see this day, misty day, and all this report card showing all this stuff. And you mean to tell me you don't care enough about your kid to check on? I'm just asking you a question. Don't you think it's about time for you to go to answering to yourself? I love you. Do you think you're going to make it like you letting them kids do anything they want to do? Just think. Just think. What goes around comes around. And you mean to tell me you have them kids to raise them kids and you not raise them? What you think gonna happen? Why you think things happening like it happening? I ain't not talking about happening to you because you ain't doing the right thing. When you ain't doing the right thing, a lot of things gonna happen to you. And you know it. And it's happening to you now. Ain't it about time for you to stop that playing them game with yourself? Because you're losing, honey, brother. And your men go and get babies everywhere. Don't take care of them. Just look at you. Look at you. Just think about that. Just think about that. Do you think, say you love, what kind of love is that? I got 5 kids. I got 4 kids. And now you're taking care of them. Tell me what you have. You don't have no kids you ain't taking care of. They're not your kids, no way. Why? You hurt and you want to hurt someone else? Why? Why are you doing this? Why? You can't take time with your kids. You could train them. That's all they ask you to do. Train up a child. And they'll be proud of you. They need love. But you got to start loving yourself. Love don't start with your kids. Love starts with yourself. That's like love to me. Someone said, love me. I said, look, if you don't love yourself, don't try to love me. Because you see, love don't start with knowing about you. When you see a person love themselves, I guarantee they treat themselves right. And I guarantee 9 out of 10, they'll treat you right. If they have love now. You know, if they have love, come on, they do anything. You know, wake up. It's time. Yes, you make mistakes. All of us make mistakes. Don't you think about time to clean them up? If you don't clean them up, who gonna clean them up? Just think about it. I did a lot of wrong things. And do you know the reason? I just tell you the reason. Do you know the reason I'm blessed? Because I faced the truth. I did people wrong. I treated people wrong. But you know something? I never was in denial. A lot of things I sit sometimes now and think about. I was wrong. I didn't say, well, no, I was right. No, I did a lot of the wrong things. You see, you got to come clean with yourself before you can help anyone else. So you get the bean out of your eye before you try to get it out of someone else. It's just life. Life going to give you what you get. Don't think you're going to have a free will. You're going to treat everybody this way. Ain't nobody going to treat you that way. You don't have to tell me how you do it. I just see how you living. I can tell how you doing. Because it's going to come back. Whatever. If you do good, good going to come back. If you do wrong, wrong going to come back. Regardless to what you do, it's going to come back to you. And wake up. Our kids are not going to school. They're going to school, but they're not learning. Who do we blame? Huh? What are we going to do? What you going to do? You know, you sit at home, you talk on the telephone all the time, and ain't got time to help your kid get their homework and stuff like that. Come on, you ain't got to tell me. You know what's going on. You put everything before your kids. And you say you love them. That's not love. Love, you cherish love. And you want to have the best in their life. Once you need to start, now, I'm going to be able to help you. We're going all over this city. And we're getting an army together right now. We're going to different places in the city. We're going to have meetings. It ain't going to be on the inside, going to be open. Wherever we go, we're going to have a meeting. Because somebody have to do something. Why not let us do it? And I love you. I tell you. And you got love, and you know that. Just because it's not going to get better until you start to do it better. It says, so as a man thinks, so is he. See, a lot of stuff, you got to turn it loose and let it go. You've been had this stuff all the time, and this stuff ain't did you no good. Don't you think about time to turn it loose? Don't you think about time to start the living? You know. Don't nobody know but you. If it ain't one thing, it's another thing. Don't you think about time to change roads? You know, you're on the wrong road all the time. You keep going the wrong thing, it's going to happen. But don't you think about time? Just think. And you got everything it takes. It's not what you have, what you're using. What are you using? Are you using love? You say you love yourself. You say you love your kids. Is that love when you're not teaching them? You're not training them up. You're not training them up for them to go out there in the world. Yes, you might have did wrong things. Everybody, all of us done did wrong things. But that don't make us keep doing it. Think about what I'm saying. You have love in your heart. Stop fooling yourself. It's not going to get no better until you start making it better. You understand that, don't you? I know I didn't want to say what I have to say, but I have to say it. Because I'm free. And when I get free, I want everybody to be free. And that's the reason I'm talking like I'm talking. Real people, real places, real answers. Brought to you by Get Involved in Your Community. And we'll see you next time. We'll start to doing something. Don't sit and do nothing and talk all the time and not doing anything, not training your kids. Train yourself. Motivate yourself. Don't wait for someone to motivate yourself. Keep something good coming. It won't nothing else come in and mess it up. You hear what I'm saying? I love you. Thank you.